Alrighty, well, we will go ahead and get started in a comfortable seated position as we normally do, whatever that looks like and feels like to you. You can sit, you can even lie back if you'd like. You can extend the legs, cross the legs, that works. Take a minute, close your eyes, slow down that mind, that body, and that breath. You can also elevate yourself on a blanket or a pillow if that feels good. Just get comfortable. Just taking in your morning, taking in your breath. Inhale, exhale. Just taking a moment to welcome in your morning. And maybe your morning's just beginning, or maybe it began a while ago. Wherever you are in your morning, just be okay with where we are and where we're headed and what we've got to do. But keep in mind, all of that is not going to be needed just for the time being. Try and just let your morning go, let your afternoon go, and just focus on the present. Focus in on your breath. If you can, in through the nose. Back out through the nose, working on your ujjayi breathing. Sitting up nice and tall, I've got those shoulders stacked right over those hips. Trying to create some length through each vertebrae, all the way from the sacrum to the cervical vertebrae, down from the bottom to the neck. The next time you take a nice deep breath as you inhale, lifting up through the top of the head as you exhale, slowly lower that chin to your chest. And then begin gently rocking that head out side to side, right to your right shoulder, left to your left shoulder. Let's rock that head out side to side, half neck circles. Warming up, stretching that neck. I'm going to take the right ear over to the right shoulder. Hold it here, press that left shoulder down away, create some space through the side of the neck as best as you can. Keep the chin lifted and back. And then relaxing that shoulder a couple times, just rock that head again, side to side. And then when you're ready to take the left ear over to the left shoulder, come over and hold it here. And again, pressing the right shoulder down away, just trying to take some stretch, take some space. And relaxing through that shoulder again a couple more times, just rock that head out, just coming with that chin through center each time to keep that neck safe. And then when you're ready, you can bring that chin down towards your chest. Holding that chin down towards the chest, stretching through the back of the neck, press the shoulders back and down, create some space. And as we inhale, lifting that chin up off our chest, hands down by our side, inhale the arms up and exhale and fold forward. Seated forward fold, head, chest, and body coming as far forward as you can go. Let yourself come forward. Bring that body and that head and that chest wherever it's willing to go and take you today, right now, this moment. We're still stretching, warming up. And then from here again, nice deep breath, inhale, head up, tight core. Let's bring ourselves all the way up. Let's take those legs all the way out from underneath us, extend all the way through those legs, flex through those feet, inhale up and exhale and fold forward. And then again, that forward fold, different variations with the legs in different positions. Always getting that low back to stretch when we fold forward, but depending on where the legs are, depends on what muscle groups we'll be stretching there. We get up the back side of the body. And then from here, nice deep breath, inhale, head up, and let that body all come up together. Come up onto our hands and our knees, coming up for some cat-cows. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, knees about hip distance and hands about shoulder width. And then take those fingers, spread them nice and wide, get a nice solid base, and bring that chin in towards your chest as you come into cat. So round the back, chin in towards the chest, coming into cat, holding it there. Just tucking and holding cat just for a few breaths. Give that flat spine a nice big stretch. as we extend it. And then as we flex that spine, coming into cow, lifting that tailbone up behind you, squeezing those shoulder blades together. And again, 2 here, hold it for a few breaths. And then moving through cat through cow, round reverse. Inhale, exhale. Stretch, release. One more time each way. And then we're going to make our way to a neutral spine. So if the back goes flat, wherever your flat back is, your back might not be naturally totally flat. You might have a little bit of a curve. And just wherever it is relaxed, but with that belly still held and pulled in tight. And let's just curl the toes and lift the knees, hovering right above the ground. So go ahead and lift yourself up just a little bit. Pull that belly in, getting that belly warm. Hover, hold, one more breath. And then we'll come to our knees and sit back into a child's pose for a moment. Feet together, knees stay where they were, reach the arms forward. And then from here, slide the hands back underneath the shoulders, release those feet back out behind those knees. And once again, curl the toes, lift your knees, just hover and hold. Pull that belly in nice and tight, hover and hold. One more breath. And then you can release those knees down to the earth. And then let's take that right arm out in front of us, and then take the left arm behind you. Make sure you have some room to reach as we come into some spinal balance. So extend using that low back and that belly to come and hold you tight here. Just come and hold, reach long. And then let's extend that other arm and that other leg. So again, just come and find some balance, hold, looking down, somewhere a little bit in front of that hand, keeping that neck in line, that's fine. And then from here, we're just gonna be walking it. We're gonna alternate. One arm extends one leg, and then switch. So just take it out, briefly hold and pause for a breath, and then return. And then once we get the right arm back out in front and the left leg behind, we're gonna come and hold right here. Just a steady hold and then a little tiny pulse. We're just using those low back muscles. Go ahead and lift, simultaneously lifting that leg, that arm, and then just come to a place to stop. I've got my right arm out in front, left leg behind. Make sure you know which one it is, because we're gonna first walk it out for a moment. So just alternate. And then we're gonna come to the opposite side. So for me, left arm, right leg, come and hold, find some balance. And then when you're ready, little simultaneously pulsing, lifting, little lift. And then just hold. And then release down. This time, take those knees nice and wide, feet together. Do a nice wide-legged child's pose. Still feeling a little bit different stretch, maybe in those hips, maybe even in that back. With those knees a little bit wider apart. Give that back a quick stretch. And then from here, lift that head up and bring those knees back in, curl your toes, and we're gonna make our way into our downward facing dog. Coming into your down dog, if you need to, walk it out. Whatever feels good to settle you into your down dog. Shake your head out if you need to, do some yeses and some nos. And then we're gonna look towards those hands. We're gonna walk the feet to the hands to a standing forward fold. Head, chest, and body coming towards those legs, lengthening those hamstrings, bringing that entire body together as best as you can. Here too, whatever you need to do, wiggle around, move around. Shift your weight one leg to the other. And then let's inhale to a flat back. So looking out over the ends of those feet, long hamstrings pushing to the back. And just a nice long back and pulling the crown of the head forward. And then exhale, release, inhale, arms out to the side, head up, chest leads, nice flat back. We come up to standing, bring it up, bring it around, and bring our hands to our heart center. And then next up is we make our way into our tree. We're gonna start standing on that left leg and take that right foot anywhere except for where that knee bends. So we're gonna start off here with that knee open and out. And then from here, you can bring the arms up. And then if you can, open up that tree. Standing up nice and tall, trying to take that right knee and push out and open up through the hips, standing tall and strong on that left leg, shoulders stacked over the hips. And then from here, taking the arms out to the side. So just taking a little bit of movement with the arms, a little bit different places for us to go. Take the arms behind you, roll the shoulders back and down. So now take the hands, clasp the hands, still keeping those legs in our tree. And then from here, as we release that right leg, we're gonna cross that right leg over the left. Keep the arms clasped, inhale, lifting up, exhale, folding forward. So as we fold forward, we've got the arms clasped behind you. Make sure you got a good stable base with those legs. You're just gonna keep the arms up here, one more breath. And then you're gonna release those arms forward into that fold. And remember too, if you need any assistance with anything, as we go down to the ground, you get blocks, or if you don't own yoga blocks, you can get books, other props that would elevate you, something you can hold on to. And then we're just gonna walk ourselves over a little bit to the right, stretching through the outside of the left leg, that IT band, looking for a little stretch. And then walking back to center. Inhale to that flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms out to the side, head up, chest leads, nice flat back, up we come to standing. Up, 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 and hands down, round. And then release those legs. And then do whatever you need to, shake it out to get ready for the other side. When you're ready, standing on that right leg, left foot again, anywhere except for where that knee bends. But remember too, if you need a kickstand, you can keep a toe closed. You can take a wide stand. You can also hold on to something. But if you can, come here. Use that left leg too to help with balance. So pushing that foot into the inside of that thigh to help stabilize, ground your weight into that right leg. Start with your hands at your heart center. Remember, if you need extra challenge, close your eyes. Standing up nice and tall. And then again, bringing the arms up, holding the arms, lengthen and long, find your balance. You need something to hold on to, do use that. You don't need to challenge, open up that tree. And again, take the arms out to the side, just in a T. And take the arms behind you, roll the shoulders back and down, clasp the hands. One more nice deep breath. And then release that left leg. And again, crossing the left leg over the right. So as we know, we're gonna fold forward. Make sure you got a good solid base. So we inhale up, lift and lengthen through that spine. Exhale, and just fold forward. And again, just keeping those arms, those hands together, giving those shoulders a little bit of a stretch. So trying to take the hands up wherever they'll go. They might go up over your bottom, over your back, over your head if you've got really good shoulder flexibility. Go wherever they will allow. One more breath. And then release those arms. Again here, just hold and then walk the hands over to the left. So walk yourself over to the left. And again, we're aiming for a stretch to the outside of that right leg. And then walk ourselves back to center. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms out to the side, head up, flat back, chest leads, nice. All the way up. Standing, bring the hands down, and around. And again, uncross. Do what you need, shake it out. All right, making our way down to the ground, so making sure you've got some room to move. We're just gonna inhale up, and we're gonna exhale and fold forward. Going into that forward fold, take a couple breaths right here again too, if you need to. Wiggle, move. And then place those hands down. Walk or jump into a plank. So as we come into our plank, belly's pulled in nice and tight. Looking out somewhere just over those hands, fingers spread wide, belly in. Even those toes are spread nice and wide. Nice, strong, stable base. Hold here. Just give me one more breath. And then from here, we're going to slowly chaturanga, release, lower down, taking yourself up to your up dog. And then when you're ready, curl your toes, lift your hip into your down dog. So as we come into the down dog again, too, if you need to, wiggle it out, do what you need to, get yourself settle into your down dog, hold here. And lifting your right leg up behind you, nice and high into your down dog splits. Right leg is up. And point and flex that toe. Point, flex. Point, lift that leg nice and high. Bend that knee underneath the body, in between the hands. And then we'll make our way up into a high lunge. So just peel yourself up, lift the arms, lift the chest. Coming up, bending into those knees. And just holding it here. All right, well, hello Isaiah, I see you there. We disrupted our A's. We had Anne, Amy, and now Isaiah. But hey, at least you're at the beginning of the alphabet. One more nice deep breath right here, and then into warrior two. Dropping onto the inside of the back foot, open the hip, open the arms, and bend into that front knee. So as we come into our warrior two here, just come to a place where we feel the strength that comes through those legs as we ground ourselves into the earth. Reaching long with those arms. Make sure that reach is coming from the arms, not from the hips. So we're not tipping forward. We've got those shoulders stacked right over those hips, and that length and movement is coming from the bend in the knee and the reach in the arms. And just continue to breathe. Taking a couple more nice deep breaths right here. And then to remember, as I mentioned earlier, late for you to run around your house, but if you don't have yoga blocks and you have like a book or even something similar to that can work, you can use that as we in some of our postures, because next as we make our way into triangle, you might need to use that. So for a triangle, all we're going to do is we're going to straighten out that front leg, and if you need to shorten your stance a little bit or widen it, you can move the legs, but if you're good here, just stay here. So nice straight front leg. We're going to reach all the way forward with that right arm until we can't reach anymore. And then we're going to let that right arm come down on the inside of that right leg, and that left arm comes up. And this is where if you need a block, you can use one. You can place it in front of the foot. You can place it behind the foot. You can also take that hand in front or behind. You can also just let your hand rest on the inside or the outside of that thigh. It's entirely up to you. Whatever works. Find something that's good for you. And that right leg is now nice and long, so different than our warrior where we have that bent knee, and we're pulling up through that right inner thigh. So pulling up, and at the same time grounding that left leg down right into the ground. Take a couple more breaths here in your triangle. And then from here, as we release, we're just going to bend that knee, got me prop, move them on out of the way. We're going to bend into that knee. And then from here, we're going to send that right leg back behind you to your down dog splits. And then we're going to come forward, bring that knee underneath, just tuck it in and under, hover and hold. And then extend back. Right knee comes under, hover and hold. And extend back. And then the next time we come forward, we're just going to keep that leg nice and long, come to a three-legged plank. Come and hold, belly in tight, pull it in, and then from here, slowly release to your up dog. Now you can release that leg, and then when you're ready, to your downward facing dog. So coming into that down dog, body weight pushing back into the heels, lifting the tailbone up, pushing back. A few breaths here. Remember, down dog's not restful. We go somewhere else like child's pose. And also too, as we lower down, if you are any injuries with shoulders or anything, or just not feeling it today, instead of lowering ourselves down on our toes, you can always go to your knees. Yeah, okay. Left leg lifts up behind you. Point flex. Point high, hold. Bend that knee, swing it forward. In between the hands, if you didn't get there, pick it up, move it. Come up to our high lunge. So just coming up into that high lunge, bending into both knees, getting stable, getting tall. Just take a couple breaths right here. And then from here, drop onto the inside of that back foot, open up the hips, open up the arms, coming into our warrior two. And as we come here, take a look if you do have something where you can see yourself either on your screen or within your room in your mirror to see if that knee is over that ankle. If you can't, easiest thing to do here is to see if you can still see your toes without having to go find them and look for them. All right, and remember, easiest way to take that position a little bit easier. It's not just not to bend the knees as much. The closer the legs are, the less you bend the knees. Further away they are, the more we would bend into those knees. Squeeze those shoulder blades nice and tight. Looking out over those left fingertips if you can. If not, neck position is always where works for you. Take one more nice deep breath. And then from here, now straightening out that front leg, that left leg. And then again, reach, reach, reach as far as you can. And then making our way down into that triangle. So again, now all we've done is straighten that front leg. Taking that right arm up, reaching high. And this is a great posture to do against a wall. If you have a wall handy that's bare that you can get up against and just lean into it, helps support. Helps you feel where we are a little bit more. And we're pulling up on that left inner thigh. Taking a breath, breathe in and out. One more breath. And then from here, again, I'm turning towards the left, taking those hands down with us. And I'm gonna take that left leg back behind us. Take that leg out. And then left knee comes underneath. Just hover and hold for a moment. Take a breath. Extend. Bring that knee forward, hover, hold. And then extend that leg back up. Come forward to a three-legged plank. Through that plank, let's go ahead and slowly lower down, release to your up dog. And when you're ready, to your down dog. So coming back into that down dog, take a moment, regroup. Walk it out if you need to. And then from here, in that down dog, let's just angle forward back to our plank. So come on forward to that plank, nice and strong. As we make our way into our side plank, remember there's options of ways to do this, but we're gonna start this time first with that left hand coming underneath, and then we're gonna scoot the feet a little bit closer together, and then stack and roll to the side. Take the right arm up, so our side plank. Remember, option here in a side plank would be, if that's too intense, to come to your knee. So you can come down to that knee if needed, but if you can, stack the feet. You can even have one foot in front of the other if you'd like, but just make sure those hips are stacked one on top of the other. And we're lifting up with those obliques and reaching long with that right arm. Take one more nice deep breath. And then let's take that hand down. Let's come back to center. And then from here, let's just go ahead and sit back into our child's pose. So coming back into child's pose. I don't think yet. All right. Before we go to the other side. So I'm just giving you a quick break. If you need to bring the arms in, you can roll those wrists. Just give yourself a break. I'd like rather have you take a break here and get yourself to a better side plank. Here's the real superstar. All right, head up. You're late, Diego. He said, oh, usually this is at 10. That's why he's like all off kilter. All right, so when you're ready, just curl your toes, lift yourself, come back in your down facing dog. By the way, this is Diego. There you go. Hello. Alrighty. And then from there, coming back, again, bring that body forward. Get yourself positioned. Take the right arm underneath. Scoot the feet a little closer together. Rotate, rotate, roll to the side, to your side plank. So come here, and again, if you need to modify, scoot that right knee underneath. If that's gonna help you. And also too, if you have issues with wrists, you can come to a forearm. So do what you need, whatever works for you. Come find that place, keep those hips lifted, keep them up. Keep them up, one more breath. And then from here, let's roll back to center. Let's slowly chaturanga, lift up to our up dog, and then curl our toes, and lift back into our down dog. Take a couple breaths right here. Breathe, inhale, exhale. One more breath. And then from here again, to your knees, and sit back into your child's pose. So extend the arms, sit back. All right, scoot this down a little bit closer to the head. Let's go and bring ourselves up. All right, we're gonna stay here. So just sit back onto those knees for a moment. So you can sit back. As you sit back, let's just inhale, the arms up. And let's take the arms out to the side. So let's turn around so you can see, but just take the arms out nice and long. Take the right arm across the chest. Take the left arm, give it a little stretch. And then take the arms out, take the other arm across. Just use that other arm, pull that arm across. All right. Those arms, quick little break. And then taking those hands down just behind you with your fingers forward. And I just want you to lift the heart and lift the chest. So fingers down, or maybe even the palms down. I want you to lift the chest, open up, drop that head back if you like. So again, just coming back. And just kind of taking that chest, opening it up a little bit. We'll be coming into crow next, or at least attempting to get into crow. All right. All right, so from here, coming into our crow pose. All right, all right. So coming into our crow pose, we're going to first come up onto our feet. We're gonna come onto the balls of the feet. And then we're gonna take our hands down in front, palms down. And now what you're gonna try and do is get those knees as high up on the back of the arms, or even into the armpit if you can get there. Because you don't want the arms, the knees on the elbows, because that's gonna really hurt the elbow for you and also hurt your coming into your crow. So hands are about shoulder width. And again, knees, all you do is you lift your body to get those knees up as high as possible. And then from here, hands nice and flat. You're just gonna rock yourself forward. And then you're gonna attempt to lift up one foot and then the other. And then if you can too, as you come forward, trying to lift up one and then the other, come and hold, hover and hold. All right, or if you can just come for a second and hold, just do what you can. Again, coming into your crow, best as you can. Bring that head down with you, give it another try. One more try. And then from here, come back onto those toes. And let's come onto our hands and our knees. And let's stretch those wrists a little bit. So instead of having the fingers forward, you're gonna take the hands, the fingers back. Take the fingers back and give those wrists and those hands a little stretch. All right, maybe you can only got there for a second. Only for a second, just trying to practice that posture, help you build strength. Over here, just one more breath. And then from here, release those hands, bring them forward to our normal position. Curl your toes, lift your hips, and make your way into your downward facing dog. So coming into a down dog. Walk it out, whatever. Take a minute, take a breath. And then from here, angle forward, come to your plank, through your plank, slowly around, lifting up. Up dog, good guy. And then to your down dog. coming to that down dog, pushing that body weight back into those heels, chest away from the arms. Hold here. Treat my sir. Take a couple more breaths right here. Just relax. That's what we're doing today, Diego. Yeah. And then looking towards those hands, walk or jump those feet up towards those hands to our standing forward fold. And head, chest, and body coming towards those legs. And then from here, inhale to a flat back. Exhale, release. You can release those arms. You can circle those wrists. Put a lot of pressure on those wrists in that crow. All right, and just let that body come to a stop. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms up to the side, head up, chest leads, and flat back, up, up, up. Come all the way up to standing. Bring the hands down and around. All right, and then next up, as we come into a full-footed squat, legs are going to be as wide or as narrow as you need them to be, okay? So from here, just get your legs positioned, and as you come down, you might need to adjust, move the feet, move the toes, but just coming into a nice squat. If you can keep the legs closer together, great, but if you've got to get them apart like me, if your hips are super tight, we'll just give those hips a little bit of love and a little bit of stretch. All right. So from here, and again, toes are turned slightly out to help protect those knees. Just settle in, try and sit up nice and tall. And again, if you can get the legs closer together and keep the heels down, great. And we just bring the arms a little narrower. If you're here and you want more stretch too, you can use those elbows to push out on those inner thighs. Give those hips a little stretch. A couple more breaths. And we're gonna release the hands down. We're gonna bring the toes forward and come into a wide-legged forward fold. So now lengthening through the legs, head down in between the legs, pulling up through those inner thighs, nice wide forward fold, or as wide as you were. If you want to accommodate and adjust, make it a little wider, a little narrower, feel free. One more nice deep breath. We're going to inhale to a flat back. So you should be able to keep the hands down on this as we get those legs a little wider. Come to that flat back, take that gaze out. Front over the kitty cat. And then from here, we're going to release back down. And then we're going to pivot to either side. Doesn't matter which one, whatever side you want to go to. And then take that leg back behind you. Sit down that split. Release that foot. Come back into a down dog for a moment. Take it here, come forward one last time to a plank. Through that plank, let's slowly lower down to your up dog, and then to your down dog one last time. And then here to wiggle it out, anything else that you've got left to work out in your down dog as it's our last time here. Just do it. And then from here, to your knees, feet together, sit back in your child's pose. So coming and sitting back in that child's pose, sit back, hover, hold. And then give me a nice deep breath. That comes up slightly. Walk the arms over to the right. Walk yourself over, arms body over to the right, and then settle back in. And feel stretch to the left side of the body. I did this one, but that stresses. All right, and then inhale again, head up a little bit, walk the arms over, over, over. Now to the left, when you get there, sit down, little stretch. back to center, just back to your traditional child pose. Just one more breath right here. Arms reaching long, 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 long. And then we're going to release one arm at a time to the back, the other arm resting on the forehead. Unless you have neck issues, you can put the hands beside your head for support. If not, just rest on the forehead, arms back, with shoulders relaxed. And then hands beside your head, very, very slowly. Lift your head up, down there a little bit. You want to bring yourself up nice and slow. And then since we did some side planks and everything, let's go ahead and do a little bit more core as we make our way into our boat pose. So turn it over onto your bottom. All right, remember boat can be supported by holding the hamstrings or even the shins. Before we even get there, let's take those feet and those out in front of those knees. So take the feet out a little bit, get to a comfortable place where you then can lean back. So get first that V shape with that body, with those feet in front. And then one at a time, lift one leg, lift the other if you need to. Again, hold the hamstrings. You can even hold the shins, but make sure if you're holding the shins, you're still keeping that V. All right, and then if you can too, you can extend those legs. So if you can't extend, if you can't extend and you want to hold the legs, you can do that. So doing whatever works for you. Belly in nice and tight. Holding our boat, holding your boat, squeeze those inner thighs together. One more breath. And then let's release those legs forward, extend them, and fold over. So let's take a second here, forward fold, before we go back into our boat one more time. So again, find that place that challenges you, that works for you. So when you're ready, inhale, bring ourselves up. And then from here again, easiest way to get into it, bend the knees, bring them down, get that bit of a V sit, and even if you need to, you can keep the feet on the floor because you're still gonna feel that belly. I still feel my belly, even with my feet on the floor. So again, boat, come and hold, arms by the side, squeeze the inner thighs, extend those legs, do what you need. If you need to hold, feel free. Keep those shoulders rolled back and down, keep that chest lifted. Keep breathing. If you have a hard time with your boat, join me on Wednesdays for Pilates. It's lots of fun, right, Anne? And lots of belly work, but lots of back, lots of butt. One more breath. And then this time we're gonna release those legs down and we're gonna lie all the way down. Take the hands under our head, reach, point, and stretch. Take another breath right here. And as we talk about our core, remember core work, not just your abdominals, but your back and your buttocks, everything that's pretty much in the midsection of our body. But really it's our support system of our body. And if that belly is weak, it affects the low back. The back is weak, it affects the belly and the butt. All right, so let's work on that buttocks real quick. Let's take ourselves into a bridge. Feet on the floor, this time underneath the knees. Toes and knees tracking forward. About hip distance apart, whatever comfy for you. Hands by your side. And then start to peel yourself up off the ground. Lifting the hips all the way up, lift that pelvis up. Now, if you want to take the hands together and roll up more onto the cervical vertebrae, feel free, but don't go so high up that you're only on the neck. The shoulders are here and that thoracic spine is here to support you. All right, the higher is not necessarily better. People get all the way up on their neck and then their back starts to arch. Your bridge should be a nice long line. There shouldn't be an arch in the back. So we're using, again, those core muscles, that belly, that butt, that back to lift and hold. So just coming here, squeezing that buttocks nice and tight, squeezing, lifting those hips up nice and high. One more breath right here. Breathe, inhale, exhale, one more breath. And then let's slowly release back down. And then from here, you can give it a little release. You can rock it side to side or roll it. So we're just gonna do that one more time. And I want you to feel that work in the back side of the body. If you're not feeling it, I want you to activate those muscles on the back side of the body a little bit more by, again, squeezing the buttocks, squeezing the low back, squeezing the hamstrings to help lift. So feet on the floor. All right, and then just start lifting, lift, lift, lift. And again, lift to that place that works for you. And again, here, first start by squeezing the buttocks. You just squeeze the buttocks, you might feel those hamstrings. pushing those feet right on down into the ground. And just lift that pelvis as high as possible and just hold and breathe. Come here, relax, which we'll be doing in just a moment. One more nice deep breath. And then again, slowly release one at a time, one vertebrae. Don't just let yourself go. Not much as you'd like to. Once you're down, go ahead, bring the knees in, and go ahead and circle those knees one direction. Make sure wherever you're holding, it's loose, or if you're driving the knees, it's just a loose little hold, little push. Circles one direction, the other, side to side. We're going to release that low back for you. Alrighty, and as we are finishing up our yoga practice this morning, we'll make our way into Shavasana. And traditional pose here is corpse pose, arms by your side, palms up, legs extended, but I encourage you to go wherever is comfortable for you. Someplace you can just close your eyes. Just take a few minutes for yourself, for your body. Just let that mind and that body enjoy the peace and the tranquility. Keep your eyes closed and continue to breathe. And slowly bringing some awareness back into that body and that mind. You can move those fingers, those toes, those hands, those feet, arms, legs, even that head, side to side in circles, whatever's going to bring a little bit of movement into the body, a little bit of thought back into that brain to help move them. And whenever you're ready, rolling over onto the side of your choice. Anyone who's pregnant should go to their left, but I think we're past that, right, girls? I think Isaiah left too, so unless there's something I need to know, hold here for a second. Living your best life is your most important journey in life. And again, that quote is, living your best life is your most important journey in life. That's a quote from Oprah Winfrey. Are you ready? Use your outside arm, push yourself back up to a seated position, back wherever we began, and hopefully on our journey to live the best lives that we can. Hopefully this is part of that. And I'm glad that I can share and enjoy it with you. And I hope you girls all have a wonderful day and weekend. And we'll see you next week. Namaste. And hopefully we'll see you on Wednesday. And thanks for coming early.